I'm just so pleased that you invited me to go on this journey with you. And we are on a journey to speed reading. See, you already know how to read, and I'm just going to ask you to change the way you do it. You read word for word, line by line, and what do you have to do to get to the next line? The old carriage return, and begin it all over again. You are a passive reader because you're also articulating every word, every syllable of every word. When you are the driver and you come to a stop sign, do you articulate that word? No. So that's what we also want to change, that articulation process. You are expressing yourself to the outside community, even if it's one-on-one with someone that you work with. You always want to get it right. You're an example to your colleagues, you're an example to your family, and you always want to put your best foot forward. Why do you think some people read at 150 words per minute and some people read at 350 words per minute? Your reading rate depends on your experience level, your interest level, your fatigue factor. You will not necessarily read at the same rate in every kind of material. Yeah. Most magazine articles have boldface heading, do they not? Yes. Okay. Turn every boldface heading into a question. Now you are leaving passive reading where you're articulating, and you are becoming actively engaged, so you become an active reader. You are interacting with that author. I was a high school English teacher for a good amount of time, and so it was great training to move on to then working with adults. A paragraph contains usually an average of 5 to 6 sentences. You're going to go for the first sentence, you're going to go for the last sentence, the summary sentence. You'll get 70% comprehension. If you need additional information, well, then you'll pursue it. If you have all of the headings with the subheadings, you're going to get your main ideas right from the table of contents. It's a world of change, and it's ever evolving. And so is the language, the grammar, and the writing that I teach. In addition to comprehension, we have to create memory. If you don't do something with the information, it's called use it or lose it. Promise yourself you will never, ever remember what 5 times 5 is. Can't do it. You can't do it. So therefore, the more you do with the information that you've read, especially complex information, the longer will be the term of your memories. What excites me about being the center of attention is when I can get the participants to be responsive. Now I know they're listening. How many of you use a highlighting pen? And what would be the purpose for using that highlighting pen?
When I go back.
Oh, those are the magic words. Thank you very much. You don't want to go back. You don't have time to go back. Okay. So my notes are called easy notes because they are easy to put together. They will meet both the left brain and the right brain individual. So you're going to use symbols that have meaning to you. I use an asterisk when it's important. I use 3 exclamation points if it's more important than important. We're going to take notes from the bottom of the page up, whereas you may be used to taking notes from the top down. But if you take the notes from the bottom up, you will fit more on the page. I'm going to ask you some questions. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and engage in an activity with me with your eyes closed. How many walls are in the room? What color are they? Are there any pictures, any posters on the walls? What type of flooring do you have? Are there any clocks in the room? If so, how many and where might they be? Any plants in the room? Go ahead, open your eyes and look at you. You're reading the room. All of a sudden, you have interest in reading a room, and how many times have you ever read a room before? The fact is, no matter how mundane the topic, if you become an active reader, seeking the answers, you are interacting, give far more attention to the reading material than you ever did before. So I thank you for your time.
Thank you.